You shake someone's hand, smile, and hear their name. Then maybe 4 seconds later, it is completely gone. You're standing there nodding along, secretly praying nobody asks you to introduce them. To understand why this happens, look at this flowchart of the 3 stages of memory: encoding, storage, and retrieval. When you blank on a name, you usually blame storage, the idea that your brain is a leaky bucket. But the truth is, the name usually never made it into the bucket in the first place. We tend to skip the encoding phase entirely. While the other person is talking, your brain is busy scanning their face or rehearsing your own introduction. Psychologists call this the next-in-line effect. The name is simply a sound competing with too much internal noise to be processed. Fixing this requires a 5-step mental workflow. This system is built to manage the first 30 seconds of an introduction, the specific window of time where the encoding process usually fails. This timeline represents that crucial period. Recalling names effectively is less about raw brain power and more about how you protect this 30-second window to ensure the information actually lands. Step 1 is the 4-second pause. The moment someone says their name, your only job is to hear the sound on purpose. Many people are told to immediately repeat the name back, but research suggests that slamming the name back instantly can actually interfere with the brain's ability to lock it in. Holding that pause for about 4 seconds gives your brain the quiet room it needs to encode the sound. It isn't awkward, it's just giving the name a place to land. That leads to step 2, the single repetition. Once you've paused, work the name naturally into your very next sentence. Pleased to meet you, Marcia. By saying it aloud, you force your brain to actively produce the name instead of just passively hearing it. Producing information makes it stickier than receiving it. This also acts as a verification check. If you say Marcia and her face flickers, you've caught a mistake like Marcia or Martha while it's still early enough to fix. These first 2 steps move your brain out of its internal monologue. You stop worrying about your own social performance and start validating actual data. Step 3 is the engine of the system. You need to build a visual association to bridge an arbitrary name to the specific human face in front of you. This demonstrates the baker-baker paradox. Researchers found people are far more likely to remember a stranger if they picture that person working as a baker, flour on the apron, pulling bread from an oven, than if they are simply told the man's surname is Baker. Your brain thrives on vivid, interconnected images. You can do this by welding a physical feature or a sound from the name to an absurd mental picture. If you meet an Amanda, picture an armadillo next to her. If Tyler wears a loud tie, lock Tyler and tie together. These images don't have to be clever. In fact, the weirder the picture, the better it stays, because human memory is naturally biased toward the strange and the surprising. In group settings, names often fly too fast to grab individually. This causes cognitive overload. You can manage this by using a technique called chunking. Instead of seeing a wall of 8 strangers, divide the group into pairs. Tie a quick image to each pair and anchor them to where they are standing. It turns one impossible task into several small, manageable ones. Actively building these hooks creates a permanent memory anchor. More importantly, the focus required to build the image physically prevents your brain from indulging in social anxiety. No system is perfect, and eventually you will blank on a name despite your best efforts. Avoid faking it or dodging the name for the rest of the night. Instead, use a warm, simple reset. I'm so sorry, could you remind me of your name? That small moment of social friction actually helps. The jolt of getting it wrong and then correcting it tends to burn the name in deeper than a smooth introduction ever would. Once you have the name, proceed to step 4, the mid-talk save. A few minutes into the conversation, drop the name in casually. That's a great point, Marcia. This is active recall. Every time you deliberately pull the name out of her memory and use it, you make the neural pathway to that information stronger and faster. Step 5 is closing the loop. Use the name one last time during the goodbye. Great meeting you, Marcia. This bookends the interaction at the points where memory is naturally strongest. After you walk away, perform a quick review. Picture the face and summon the name 5 minutes later, then again an hour later. This utilizes spaced repetition. Spreading out your recall attempts over time is what moves a name from fragile short-term memory into something you actually own. This completed timeline provides a repeatable mental map for any future introduction. Having a trusted process to follow effectively neutralizes introduction anxiety. You aren't left hoping for a result. You are simply executing the steps. There is a significant social reward to this workflow. Remembering someone's name communicates directly that they were important enough to keep. Tell me in the comments which of these 5 steps you're going to try first. If you found this framework useful, like and subscribe for more practical guides on improving your mental toolkit. Treating name recall as a repeatable skill changes how you navigate a room. It gives you the ability to make others feel seen, and that payoff follows you into every interaction you have.